Hi, this is StudioLinkedVST and we're back with a brand new product, Vinyl Touch. Vinyl Touch takes our whole vinylizing progressions to another level. Many of you have probably purchased or have heard of our Vinyl Classics Motown Edition, where we packed that product with progressions that were meant to sound soulful like music was in the 1960s and 70s. Vinyl Touch is a more contemporary version, so we packed this one with tons of modern content that is great for you to sample and still ran all the chops through vinylizers and retro filters so you can still have that fresh off of a record type of sound. Vinyl Touch contains 50 unique progressions. We included multiple versions of each chop, also provided 8-bar loops of each progression so that you can chop and you can load them into your favorite sampler how you choose. All content contained in Vinyl Touch is 100% royalty free. So you don't have to worry about sample clearance or don't have to worry about somebody knocking on your door when your beat gets on the radio. What's also great is that you can import any WAV file or sample into our Kontakt and then still utilize all of our effects and built-in time stretch algorithms. Vinyl Touch is powered by Kontakt 5.1 or higher. The full version of Kontakt 5.1 or higher is recommended, but also does run on the free player, just will run in demo mode, so we advise the full version. It runs on Pro Tools, Logic, Logic Pro, Ableton Live, Cubase, Machine, MPC Ren, and more. Let's go ahead and check out the power of your Vinyl Touch. Okay, so now what I want to do is take a second to audition as many of these progressions as we possibly can. So no drums, all we're gonna be doing is playing the chops from these progressions so you guys can see what you guys are gonna be getting. Let's go. Okay, so now let's quickly go over our GUI and design for our Vinyl Touch. Vinyl Touch is using a similar script to our Vinyl Classics Motown. So if you own our Vinyl Classics Motown, you will navigate around this product with ease. The first page is our pads page. You have 12 MPC style pads containing 12 chops. Chops 1 through 4 containing your vocals. Chops 5 through 8 contain all elements without the vocals, and chops 9 through 12 contain just your chords. And it's the same setup for all 50 progressions. So each kit is organized and will speed up your workflow. Page 2 is your built-in mixer. You have 12 sliders, mute and solo buttons, pan knobs, and our signature KFX section. Page 3 is your effects page. All of these effects are all global. Contains your tune, lo-fi, reverb, delay, EQ, and high and low pass filters. At the top, you see a record player, but instead of the iPhone like is on our Vinyl Classics Motown edition, on this one, we have an iPad that you see logged into our StudioLinkedVST website. What we also did is change the color of the wood to a darker color, and also you see a Monster energy drink. Okay, so now let's go ahead and have some fun. We have our Logic loaded up. That's the DAW that we're using. You guys can choose to use and load up your Vinyl Touch in any DAW. If it's Ableton, FL Studio, Pro Tools, and more. Our DAW of choice is Logic X since we're on a Mac right now. So let's go ahead and pull that up. When I'm making a beat, guys, I first start off with the drums. So as you can see up here in this section, we have some audio. We have some kick drum. We have a hi-hat, snare, and a tambourine. I'll go ahead and audition and preview that in a little bit. But once we have our drums, we want to start adding and building elements on top of those drums, right? We want to make that beat sound really big and full. So I go ahead and load up our Vinyl Touch, and then I'll choose a kit. So for this one, I chose our Progression 34. I really like the guitar. You guys are hearing it. So I start auditioning the kit first. So I listen to all the different chops. 1 through 4 is vocals, has vocals on it. And on here, you'll see chops 5 through 8. They have all of the elements in the progression except the vocal. So it's kind of like an instrumental. So as you hear, there was no vocals here. So it has the strings, it has the guitar, it has the flutes, but just no vocals. And then if you just want chords, this is really cool. So chops 9 through 12, just like we did with our Vinyl Classics Motown edition, has nothing but your chords from 9 through 12. And on this, it has just the guitars playing the chords. So let's go ahead and start making a beat. I'm going to have some fun with these chops playing on top of the drums. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. I'm going to first start off with the guitars, probably playing something like this. And then we'll go ahead and add some vocals at the end. We'll probably play around with it a little as well, going. So let's go ahead and start recording. Go ahead and press record now and get straight into it. So there we go, we laid it down. Let's go ahead and listen back to it. And it goes back to the beginning. So let's go ahead and start playing around with it really quick. This is how easy it is. If you guys are new to the vinyl series, we'll go ahead and show you guys a little bit about it. We clicked on the effects page. Did you guys see that down here? We'll go ahead and choose effects. and you see we have a tune knob. So let's go ahead and play around with the tune. So we'll go ahead and raise that up 3. So now it says tune 3 here in the status box. Let's go ahead and listen back to it to kind of have that chickmunk sound. What we could even do is we can go up even higher. So let's go up to, let's say, tune 6. So we'll make it a little bit more dramatic. Or we could even drop it all the way down. We could move it down, let's see, to tune -3. So now it's going to give it more of that screwed up sound. We could even do some fun stuff and start sending it through low and high pass filters. Or we could even play with some of the K effects. Okay, so now we have progression 3 loaded up. We also have a brand new drum groove going on. Kind of has more of that Timberland, that old school Tim and Bob, for those that like that early Bobby Valentino kind of sound. We'll go ahead and play the drums, and then we'll start going ahead and freestyling and recording right on top of it with this progression number 3. So let's go ahead and get straight into it, okay? There we go, we just laid it down. Let's go ahead and play it back. Now what we could do, just like we did with the last one, we can go ahead and click on effects and we can turn the tune up a little bit. Sounds really, really good. What we could also do is check this out, guys. So that sounds great, right? We can also go ahead and choose a different progression. We'll go ahead and drag in progression number 7. Let's go ahead and scroll down to progression number 27. Let's drag that in there and hear what it sounds like. Okay, so now on to our last demonstration with Vinyl Touch. I want to really have a lot of fun with this one, so we're going to probably have some stuff going in reverse. We have progression 15 loaded up. The tempo is BPM 81. The drum pattern that we have loaded in has a live drummer type of feel, so it sounds like a live drummer is playing on the drum set. We'll go ahead and play that. Let's start recording. Usually what I do is when I choose a progression kit, right? So now we have 15 in here. I start off with auditioning the pads. So I'll go to the pads page. Now what I hear on here sounds great, right? But I want to go ahead and adjust the pitch again. So we have it going to tune 4. That sounds great right there. So let's go ahead and have some fun. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to start recording up to probably bar 7, and then I'm going to do something probably in reverse right here. So let's go ahead and start recording. So there we have it right there. And then what I'll go ahead and do is let's create a whole nother instance, right? So we'll go ahead and create a whole nother instance. It's really nice in Logic because all you gotta do is click on that one little button right there and it automatically creates another instance of Kontak. So now what I'm gonna do is, since I have this second instance loaded up, I'm gonna go back to the pads page and I wanna go ahead and play one of the vocal chops and I'm gonna spin it in reverse. So it's gonna be really, really cool. We'll go ahead and choose reverse. We have chop 1 loaded up. I really like having chop 1 in reverse, so we'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and start playing from here, and then we'll just start recording right here in this little patch right here. So now let's listen to it all together. We have it going normal speed where we started off with our vocals and then we added some chords here and then we put it in reverse right here. So it's really, really nice. Let's go ahead and listen back to it. So there you have it. Go ahead and get Vinyl Touch now, only at www.studiolink.com. Let your competition spend a lot of time digging and searching for something to sample. You can spend that same time making beats. This is StudioLink bringing you Vinyl Touch, and I'll see you next video.